G'day guys. Probably the most annoying part about trying to do a fresh install of ArkOS4Clones or dArkOS-RE using an Android device has to be the lack of a DTB selector. You just have to manually copy and paste the correct files yourself, which definitely makes things harder for beginners. Thankfully, legendary R36S scriptwriter Jason3X has fixed this issue by creating an easy-to-use Android app that greatly simplifies things. With this new app, all you would need to do is open it and select your R36S variant from the dropdown. You do also currently have to copy one file to your SD card if you are using ArkOS4Clones, but hopefully this file gets included in future ArkOS4Clones releases to make things even easier. We have already written both the latest versions of dArkOS-RE and ArkOS4Clones to these two SD cards, but we haven't selected the correct DTB or finished the initial boot setup on our original Panel 4 R36S just yet. You can use something like EtchDroid to write the images to your SD card from an Android device. And since we have made a short video on that in the past, we won't cover it again today, but I will link it down in the description below. Also, since this new Android app just lets you select the correct DTB already included in the OS and doesn't actually include any special new DTBs, this will work for any R36S variant the OS, like ArkOS4Clones or dArkOS-RE, already support. If you are wanting to see what operating systems your R36S variant supports, I would recommend checking out the R36S wiki, which does have pretty much every variant listed, along with recommended operating systems. Alternatively, if you already know what R36S variant you have, you can see if it's listed under supported devices on the operating system's main GitHub page. Finally, it's also worth mentioning this new Android app requires at least Android version 8 to work, which should be most phones made in the last 9 or so years. Let's get into it. So we're over on our Android phone now, and we've just opened up Google Chrome and gone to the GitHub page containing this new DTB selector app, which as always I will link down in the description below. If we scroll down, it does tell us a little bit about the app, as well as how to use it, but we will cover that in today's video. To download the actual files, we want to scroll all the way to the very top, and there's two that we want to focus on. The app itself, which is called dtbselector.apk, and then if you are wanting to use this with ArkOS4Clones or dArkOS4Clones, you will also need to download consoles.json. We'll start by downloading the APK itself, so just click on dtbselector.apk. On this page, click the three dots at the top right, and click download. You might get a pop-up saying that this file could be harmful. That's just because you're downloading an APK, not from the official Google Play Store. You can just click download anyway. Since we'll also be testing this new app with the latest version of ArkOS4Clones today, we will need to go back to the main GitHub page, so you can just tap on DTB Selector for Android APK at the top, and then we want to click on consoles.json. Once again, on this page, we want to click the three little dots at the top right, not these ones at the top, but the ones just below that, and click download. Once both of those files have finished downloading, we can close off Chrome and open up our file manager. It doesn't really matter which file manager you use. We just went with CX File Explorer, since I've already got it installed on this device. From here, we want to navigate to our downloads folder, and then we want to install dtbselector.apk. You can usually just tap on it to bring up the install options, but it could change slightly depending on which version of Android you're using and which file manager you're using. For us, we'll just click install, and we do get an Android warning saying that we don't have allow unknown apps enabled, so we'll click settings and give it permission. Once enabled, we'll just press back and click install again. And it's finished installing. So if you were wanting to use this for dArkOS-RE, you would just open the app. However, as mentioned, if you are wanting to use this for ArkOS4Clones or dArkOS4Clones, we will need to copy the consoles.json file over to the boot partition of our fresh installed SD card. So we'll do that now. We'll just click done, and I will insert my USB SD card reader to the OTG port using this cheap OTG adapter, and then I'll insert the SD card into the SD card reader, and finally the SD card reader into the phone's OTG port. If nothing happens when you insert your SD card reader, you may need to manually enable the OTG port on your phone. So to do that, we'll just swipe down to go to settings, we'll click on search, and search for OTG connection, and I will turn it on. There we go. And we'll just go back into a file manager. We'll probably go with CX File Explorer once more. And since this SD card does have ArkOS4Clones written to it, we will need to copy that JSON file over. So to do that, we'll go to our downloads folder first. We'll hold down on consoles.json and we'll go copy. We'll go back, go to our boot partition, which is the SD card's boot partition, and we'll click paste. It's that easy. Again, hopefully this file is included in future ArkOS4Clones and dArkOS4Clones releases, just so you don't have to do this step. So with that file copied over, we can press home and open up our new DTB selector tool. I'll start off by saying I do really like this theme. All of the text stands out really well on the dark background, making everything really easy to see. So with the app open, we want to start by selecting our target OS. By default, it should be on dArkOS4Clones and ArkOS4Clones. That's this option here. If instead you want to use this for dArkOS-RE, simply tap it and select dArkOS-RE from the dropdown. Nice and easy. Since this SD card does have ArkOS4Clones installed, we'll change it back to the top option, brackets D, ArkOS4Clone. Next, we want to click Browse, and we want to navigate to the SD card's boot partition. It's taken us there by default, but if not, in your file manager, just select the correct device. It should just be called boot. So we'll select boot, and finally click Use this folder at the very bottom. Again, it might say something a little bit different on your device, depending on which version of Android you're using, but it should still hopefully be pretty similar. It should ask if you want to give the DTB selector app access to the boot partition, and we do, so we'll click Allow. And it looks like the app has detected the SD card correctly. If you didn't copy the consoles.json file over, you will get a warning on this screen saying that it couldn't find that file. In that case, just go back and make sure you copy it over first. So all we have to do now is select our device from the dropdown. We'll start by brand. There are a ton to choose from, but since we do have an original non-clone panel 4 device, it should be under Game Console. Next, under Console, we will tap that. We want to find our original panel 4. So here it is here, Game Console R36S panel 4. Tap on that. And finally, you can optionally use the new ArkOS4Clones and dArkOS4Clones battery driver. It is entirely up to you, but I'll probably leave it as stock for this test. If we go down a little bit, you can see we do have some overclocking features. Again, I think I'll leave everything as default for now, but if you really wanted to, you could optionally overclock it. If we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we just want to click the big button that says Apply DTB plus OC. It'll tell us all of the information that we have selected, so just double check that it's correct. And yep, Game Console Panel 4, original battery driver, and no overclocking. Perfect, we'll click Apply. And just for completeness, we've swapped out the SD card with one containing our fresh install of dArkOS-RE. Again, there's no need to copy over that JSON file from earlier, so we can just open this app under Target OS, change that to dArkOS-RE. Under Variant, there's currently only 3 to choose from: non-clones, clones, and then the soy source variants. Since this is for our original non-clone panel 4 device, we'll select R36S. And then under Device, we have the V12 panel 4. That's pretty much it. Once again, we'll just click Apply DTB plus logo. It'll give us a confirmation screen, just telling us what we've selected. Everything looks good to me, so I will click Apply. And another success. It really is that easy to select the correct DTB using this new app. We'll click OK, close out of the app, and I'll safely eject our SD card. So tap to remove USB device safely, and we'll move back over to our R36S to see if this actually worked. We're back with our R36S now, and I think we'll start by testing our ArkOS4Clones SD card. I'll just insert it into slot 1, and we'll power it on. Hopefully we get a boot image. And we do. It looks like the DTB selector did work, but we'll let it finish the initial boot setup just to make sure. It's rebooted once already, that's a good sign. And we're on the home screen. So it looks like it worked perfectly for ArkOS4Clones. If we press start and go down, you can see this is the latest version, 07062026. We'll safely power off our device, so go quit and shut down system. We'll eject the SD card, and we'll give our dArkOS-RE one a try. I'll put it in and power it on. Again, hopefully we do get a boot logo, and we do straight away. It looks like it's resizing the EasyROMs partition, so that's a good sign. And it's finished booting. No issues with dArkOS-RE either. Overall, this is an absolutely amazing app that's going to make fresh installs using Android way easier. Since the app itself is only around 7 meg, it would be cool to see the APK included with future OS releases too, along with the required JSON file for ArkOS4Clones and dArkOS4Clones. It would just help streamline everything. I am also planning on doing an updated full install guide for these OSs using only an Android device in the future. And we'll definitely be using this new app for that as well. Once again, another great tool by Jason3X, and a massive thank you for making and sharing it with the community. It's passionate developers like you that make the R36S what it is today. But I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.